You have reached the Geek Elite. Good luck.
My name is Oliver Queen.
My name is Barry Allen.
You're blind, but you see so much.
Everything we've been doing, it all leads here. Suit up.
Jim Gordon, GCPD. I hear good things about you, Counselor.
Harvey Dent. Likewise, about you, Detective.
You think you know me, but I've never been more than what each of you has created.
Just look at the flowers.
Welcome back for another episode of Televised Heroics, where we talk about the TV shows that are on right now about comic book superheroes. Adaptations from properties that are already out there. We are specifically talking about Invincible from Image Comics right now. Daniel, how'd you find episode 5? It's called That Actually Hurt.
I have to say, something finally happened.
Something happened big time. So spoilers, if you have not yet watched the 5th episode of Invincible, he is not very invincible. Mark Grayson does not live up to his name. Skipping right to the
lying about his name.
Skipping right to the end, man. Battle Beast. Did you know anything about Battle Beast going into this episode?
Not at all.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Do you know anything about Battle Beast?
No, I had no idea about the character. I had no idea about like what it could, what he could be. But apparently he's like, I don't know. Is he considered their version of Thor or something else? Like I don't know who he'd be an analog for, essentially. Like, but he's brutal. Maybe he's Darkseid. Maybe he's Caliban.
Oh yeah, I was thinking more of the guy that dresses up like Thor. Something Bill. Can't think of his name right now.
Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Kind of like a beast-like creature, you know.
Yeah. Beta Ray Bill is like a horse-like creature, but he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah, but I mean, you threw out Thor, and Thor's a good guy.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I just didn't know where it could be that the equivalent. I think that was one of the reasons I had an issue with it.
But I mean, overall, that dude can kick some major butt. Also, maybe he's not really a bad guy. Maybe he's more like a bounty hunter because, like, he's like in a world full of ants. He's like, I'm not needed for this, and then warps out of there.
Yeah, he warped out of there when the tide was starting to turn, though. Like, I mean, he probably still could have beat him, but like he just really felt like he was like, they're doing better now, so I'm gonna take off.
That was a really good action sequence. I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes long.
Yeah, probably about 10. I'll give you 10.
Okay.
So
it was really good.
Essentially, this episode we get to learn more about the character Titan, voiced by Mahershala Ali, and we see that he kind of is indebted to a so-called kingpin of crime, a machine head, voiced by Jeffrey Donovan, and in his indenturedness, he has to pull crimes for Machine Head, and it ranges from taking down rival gangs to collecting money to setting fire to people's homes, a tenement building. But he doesn't seem like he wants to do that kind of thing. So he helps out like some of the people that he's set their house on fire, giving them money, even though like him and his family might not actually have a lot of money to be spreading around like that. Like they even go to the food center that Amber works at, or volunteers at, I should say.
Volunteers, yeah.
So I don't know. Titan is a very complex character, I guess is the best way to put it.
I agree.
Which leads him
so obviously his...
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask. So basically, he's like our version or their version of Luke Cage.
He does seem like a Luke Cage. Like even to his powers. His power is to like grow a stone skin. Now Luke Cage has supposed to be diamond hard skin, but essentially, yeah, it breaks away and it takes time for it to heal. But he does have like
But it does regenerate.
It does, yeah. It does regenerate. It regenerates quick. It just takes time, which then leaves him exposed. So there are times when he needs. It appears that he needs backup. So he calls, or he writes a big message to Invincible on the top of a skyscraper roof.
And yeah, that's where they set up the whole thing. Basically.
I thought that
which leads into an interesting dinner conversation.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny that like Mark immediately was like, "Oh, you want to tussle with me again? Well, let's." And he starts getting into this like whole "I'm going to start fighting you" kind of thing. And he's like, "Dude, I'm not here to fight you. I need to ask for your help." But yes, it does lead to an interesting dinner conversation. So between Nolan, Omni-Man, Debbie, and Mark. Essentially, Nolan's like telling him not to get involved because the guy is a bad guy.
And I mean, Omni-Man is actually not, the best person either. But
true.
Omni-Man wasn't wrong, and at the end, he wasn't wrong about it or the situation.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is also kind of like the end of season 2 of Luke Cage? Like where Luke Cage takes over as the new kingpin of crime.
True.
So you have Titan, who is essentially set up his boss Machine Head to get taken down. He gets taken down, and now Titan is in charge, as he puts it. Even to the point where he has the teleporter guy like on his side. Isotope, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about Titan either, so I don't know if he becomes a more formidable foe for Invincible or a more unlikely ally for Invincible.
I can see him being an unlikely ally. Anti-hero type thing.
True. Help out the people that are being overlooked by these supers, so to speak, and then also helping out Invincible whenever he needs it.
Yeah. But overall, like, this episode was so full of so much unexpected stuff, at least in my opinion.
Do you think that Titan was going to like he had the best intentions at the beginning of the fight? Because he was there at the beginning of the fight. It's just, obviously he started getting beat along with everybody else.
I still think he had the best intentions, even though he had, that plan. I still think he was, looking out for himself and also, was looking out for Invincible. Obviously, Invincible's stronger than him, so that's why he's like, partner up with me. Let's do this.
Now, one of the things that I thought was interesting, because one of the things that Machine Head had Titan steal earlier was this piece of tech, and when he added the chip to his own Machine Head. Such a weird name. Do you think that he's a robot that has like human hands or something? Or do you think he was a man at one point that ended up having a robot head?
I thought he was wearing gloves. So I just assumed he was full robot.
Was he wearing gloves? I thought he had human hands. I'm not sure. So,
find out.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too, but I don't know. I don't know if it's he has human hands.
No, yeah, you're right. Holy crap. So then, yeah, he was probably human at some point and then got a robot head.
Okay. I wonder if we're going to get more story behind that though.
You don't think they're going to use him for good since Cecil's group took him?
Oh, that's a good observation, maybe. I mean, something they might just
especially because
power him down.
I don't know. I mean, he could come in handy if they could reprogram him to actually be good, because he was doing quantum theories of all the possibilities that could happen, and that's why, he had all that backup. So I think potentially they could use him for good.
Yeah. So
see how, Omni-Man, track him down and see, what the possibilities are of him, enslaving and killing all of humanity.
good call. That could definitely happen. So yeah, we had Machine Head being able to calculate quantum possibilities, so to speak, or whatever he says. And he saw the betrayal of Titan in one of the possibilities, and he hired a bunch of bad guys to just show up and fight for him. One of whom being Battle Beast. Now, all of them seemed pretty formidable, but Battle Beast being the strongest out of all. Yeah, that battle ends up being pretty brutal. Mark is pretty much dead at the end of it. I mean, he's alive, but
yeah,
he's holding on. Who else? Ooh,
and then
Monster
Girl might not make it back.
Yeah, she's definitely dying, if not dead. Robot takes that the most personal, because I think, I mean, being the leader of the group and all, Black Samson, I think he's dead.
If he's alive, he's not gonna be able to fight crime anymore.
Yeah, I don't understand why he decided taking off of his suit was going to be the better idea. Like his battle suit is what gives him the strength, I would assume, since he lost his superpowers.
Do you think that the power suit though was just so beat up that obviously it was weighing him down and he couldn't move, so that's why he removed it?
I mean, I think that's exactly what they were trying to portray, but like, if you couldn't do it with the power suit, I don't think you're going to do it without a power suit.
Yeah, and screaming and then throwing a punch isn't going to do you any good.
No. Rexplode, I don't know. I don't remember what happened to him.
I think he actually walked out fine.
Did he? Shrinking.
Yeah, I think he was unscathed.
Shrinking Girl or Shrinking Ray. I feel like
Adam Ray, I think.
Well, not Adam, but Shrinking. It's Shrinking something. It's Shrinking.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
I think she got messed up pretty bad.
Oh, definitely.
If I remember correctly, and Duplicate, a lot of her dupes got killed, but I think she still made it out okay.
Yeah, I think she made it out all right as well. But holy crap!
So, what do you think of Omni-Man just sitting there watching his son get brutally murdered?
I think he was just doing it to see if as a test to see if he really could hold his own against a band of rogues like that.
And you don't think that he at any point he should have like stepped in and been like, okay, not a good idea.
Definitely think he was thinking about standing in if the other the other heroes, the backup didn't show up. I think he was gonna step in.
So just like in Italy, he knew that Cecil was on his way.
Right.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, if he really is kind of like a Superman too, he probably has, supersonic hearing and probably knew that they were going to be on the way too.
Yeah, exactly. So, with all that being said, Cecil does show up. He has the medical team there. They put they put Invincible on a stretcher and take him away. I mean, I guess.
And take his DNA.
I mean, that's true. They do take his DNA, and that's the bigger reveal after the first credits. During the credits, that they sit there and try and do all kinds of stuff to his blood, and it doesn't get destroyed.
Yep.
So,
but you would think that there would be some sort of weakness though, because he's half human. Not full Vexamite, Voltamite,
Vitromite.
Sorry.
I mean, obviously he can get beat down, so it was enough for that.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, obviously we've seen Omni-Man has his own limits too when he was fighting, against the team earlier in the first episode.
So when he was going, the Guardians, the new Guardians of the Globe, they all kind of, I guess they won a battle earlier in the week, but Black Samson was like, "Hey, you won, but you didn't work as a team." Like a whole busload of people got hurt because Rexplode was being dumb. Do you think they, at this point, were they coming in as a better team, or was this going to be the thing where they see that they need to be a better team?
I see it as both, because after, they got their butts kicked, they all got up and started fighting. They started fighting more on a team basis. So I think it was more like, okay, yeah, you're right. Absolutely need to, we fought better this time, but now we really need to coordinate as a team if we're going to do something like this again.
I mean, it was almost a repeat of the first Guardians of the Globe when they went up against Omni-Man.
Yeah. But Omni-Man took him by surprise.
This is true. So some of the other story points that went on in this is Amber, Mark's girlfriend, is upset. She's upset that Mark is never there on time, never around when she wants him to be. I mean, this is a common trope in a lot of comic books. Superheroes are off doing things where they're saving people, so they can't be there to attend to their loved ones or the events in their loved ones' lives. Do you think that Mark should have just explained who he was at that point?
Yes, but Eve is the one that told him, like, hey, don't do it. It's a stupid thing. And I even think, his dad is going to be like, come on, don't do it. It's a dumb thing. I honestly don't think it will be Mark telling him, telling her himself. I think it's going to slip out. It's probably be Eve that is ultimately going to be like, no, you're dumb. Like, like I've told you before, he loves you so much. And just, this is what's going on in his life. Right.
Yeah, she definitely, she might be the one that tells. Because he's supposed to meet her at the soup kitchen at the food center to help after he had already blown off the dinner with her mom. So because he's essentially being brutally beaten to death, he doesn't make it to the soup kitchen. And
nope.
Essentially Amber's giving up on her. But that's when Eve gets a phone call, I would assume from someone in the Guardians of the Globe, to say like, hey, Invincible's like about to die, so you should probably go to the hospital to see him. And that's when she, like you said, she says, hey, he loves you a lot, you shouldn't give up on him. Does she give up on him after this point?
I don't think she will, at least not yet anyway.
Okay.
Or she does find out that he's a superhero, and is like, okay, that explains a whole lot, but I don't think I can do this, especially if you're going to be near the brink of death every single time you do this.
Yeah, it might be a little stressful for her to have to be involved in that. Also, there's tension in the relationship between Debbie and Nolan. Obviously, she comes across Damien Darkblood's book in her closet, which we talked about last week. She looks through some of the notes and sets it up so that Nolan has to go to someplace on the other side of the globe to pick something up for dinner, which will give her 20 minutes exactly to snoop. She goes looking for his bloody costume from the night that he fought the Guardians or killed the Guardians. He gets back just as she was like looking it over, and then she slips it underneath the table. Is she actually getting away with it, do you think, or is he just playing dumb?
I think he's going to play dumb as much as he possibly can.
Okay. Now, which leads to them having the conversation at the dinner table, like you said, where he's telling Mark that he needs to just let it go and not help out Titan. Whereas Debbie's like, well, he's got to be a good guy and you have to help out people whenever you can. So he should help out, which then later has another conversation between the two of them where, they're conflicting. They're having drama with each other. Do you think after this point, Debbie's still going to feel that way?
I think so. I think she, obviously she's piecing it all together. So I think, she's still going to basically end up finding out all about it in the end.
Yeah, but I mean, is she going to still want Mark to help people after when, helping out Titan almost got her son killed?
Oh, at this point, probably not, no.
No. After this, I'm going to say that she was very, very upset about that. Which leads us to the other parents in the show, Eve's parents. So this was the biggest surprise to me. Eve is super powerful. Like, her powers are the ability to change reality, to manipulate atoms so that they can do other things. Like, up to this point, all we've really seen her do is like make herself fly, like shoot some beams, and like make force fields, like kind of like a Green Lantern. But she creates a door in her bedroom that goes outside, a door where there was no door before. And it's not like just a hole where she can walk through a hole. It's a whole door, like with the hinges and doorknobs.
It's a legit door.
Yeah, that's insane. Essentially, her and her dad are having an argument because he found out that she broke up with Rex. Like she explains that he cheated on her, and he's like, it doesn't matter. He's a guy superhero. He could protect you. Since you're just a girl, and like not really understanding how powerful she is. Apparently, like she doesn't need someone else to protect her, especially not Rex, who just makes things blow up.
Yeah, I know. But I guess this would be like the first time her parents have actually seen the full extent of her power.
Maybe, yeah.
But obviously, she's astray now. She left home.
Yeah, she left home. We don't really know where she's staying at this point. The teen team is disbanded. She decided not to go be a part of the new Guardians of the Globe. She's got things going on, but she took the time to go and help at the food center with Amber and supposedly Mark. But do you think the Guardians of the Globe get compensated or some sort of pay? Like, do you think that's another reason why her parents, could be like, don't, leave the team. You should definitely still be part of the team, or you should join them. You know what? They probably do, seeing as how Cecil works so closely with them. So I would assume whatever government agency pays him, or government pays his agency, would also pay the Guardians, or at least put them up.
Yeah.
Which also brings us to what was the other part?
Robot being shady again?
That's right, Robot being shady. So he shows up after the Mauler makes the clone of himself, and like they immediately begin to be like, we need to fight. Like, you're here to arrest us for whatever. And he's like jumping around, and they're destroying their own place, and they almost destroy their regeneration chamber. And he's like, I'm not here to fight you. I just want your scientific expertise. Like, how do you make a clone of yourself? And he has the blood that we saw him take last episode of Rex. Yeah. So don't know if he's.
I just gotta say too, like. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know if he's planning on just making clones of Rex, or maybe clones of Rex and now Monster Girl, or whoever else. Because I think he does say something about we'll fix you, right? Or we'll get you back.
Right. Yeah, he makes a promise to Monster Girl.
What were you about to say?
But I do want to say, like, that is one painful way to transfer, like, your consciousness to, your clone.
And I like the fact that it's up to the minute, so like neither one of them. Well, obviously, both of them think they're the original, even if one of them's not. Even though one of them's not.
Right.
And then, of course, after
that was pretty funny.
After the initial part of the fighting, like we don't know which one's the original anymore. There's nothing to differentiate between the two of them.
Right.
So
and even when they escaped out of jail, couldn't tell.
Yeah. So we know Robot is pretty shady. which I think is just that much better. That's played by Zachary Quinto. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see where that goes next. I think that's everything. But one thing I did want to say, because it's the Reginald Vell Johnson High School, the principal was voiced by Reginald Vell Johnson, the actor. So that was kind of funny.
Nice.
And it was Principal Winslow, because Reginald Vell Johnson played Carl Winslow in Family Matters for all those years.
That's a good catch.
Yep. Anything else you wanted to bring up?
I don't think so. I just don't know what the outcome of all this is going to be, especially because Mark saw, his dad watch him, and then once he closed his eyes and opened them back up, he was, gone.
Yeah. I mean, we know that he saw him, but he's going to be like, oh, I was hallucinating because he was just about to die. So
Maybe.
I mean, he's going to eventually put it all together, but it's not going to be anytime soon.
Right.
I can tell you that. So I think there's like 144.
And it sucks since the series.
Yeah. I think there's like 144 issues.
Yeah, 144
total.
comics.
Yeah. So we have a lot of story left to tell. I have to assume that Mark's not dead.
And with it just being completed, like, I have to hold myself back and be like, what happens, to Omni-Man? I was like, no, don't look it up. But every now and then, kind of, flirting with the idea of doing that.
Well, every now and then you see a picture online. Like, I saw a picture just now when I was looking through some stuff. I'm very interested in how we get to that point.
Yeah.
Anything else you're watching that's comic book related?
Not yet. I'm still waiting for Falcon and Winter Soldier to, be all out. Looks like next week I'll actually be able to binge it now.
Well, next week is going to be episode 5. There's 6 episodes total.
Oh.
So
okay, so this is an episode 4 this week then? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll wait. Still wait.
Yeah, I mean, I think that show's amazing. I can't think of any other comic book show that I'm watching regularly right now. I need to catch up on Flash. I need to catch up on Supergirl. Supergirl came back.
And it's on its final season, huh?
And it's on its final season, that's right. I wonder if they'll have any reference to Superman and Lois at all.
Dang.
Okay. If you want to talk to me about it.
Yeah, pretty sure they will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If you want to talk to me about Invincible, please find me on Twitter. I'm at Mitchipedia GEM. GEM stands for Geek Elite Media. Daniel, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at SuperCommieDaniel.
The rest of Geek Elite Media is at Geek Elite Media on Twitter, at Geek Elite Media on Instagram, and Facebook.com/Geek Elite Media is our Facebook page. Check out archived episodes of this podcast and other podcasts on our network on our website, geekelitemedia.com. But until next time, this is Televised Heroics on the Geek Elite Media Network, saying always remember to geek out.
Geek out.
This concludes our broadcast.